Down. So, YouTube opening starts now. Hello, and welcome back to the Insane Asylum. I'm your host, Praise. You know who I am. You know why you're here. I can't talk. So, we got a brand new blog post update going on for MCC, and it does talk a little bit about Infinite. There's some important stuff that I think people should watch. I haven't finished it yet, but just want to give a nice breakdown. We got the Zeta Zone. We're gonna just hop right into it because what's the point in wasting time anyways, right? So we got the Zeta Zone. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So and as I said, we're gonna go through most. I think I've skimmed through it again. We're gonna kind of just go through the entire blog post, kind of talk about it. So Unisheck, this was posted about 51 minutes ago. Almost spring here in Seattle. You know, long-leading projects will be blooming. You're going to be, so next Halo novel geared up for spring 2020 arena season in Halo 5 2021. And then a new Ask 343 video, which is what I think people should watch. So, all right, Master Chief Collection. Publishing team heads down to MCC development and talk about flighting. So we've seen a lot of this stuff. Here's a list of the ongoing MCC flight as of today's update. So this is still going on in the flighting. This will be added to MCC officially. I am interested in people's thoughts on the exchange. I think this is a good thing, and I know people will not because they're like, oh god, microtransactions, but we'll get to that. So, list of MCC, we got the Season 6 customization content, which is some really cool. They got, like, backpacks and stuff like that. They're awesome. I actually am a big fan of the Season 6 customization. We got the 2 new maps, which I played a bunch of, which is the Edge and Waterfall. They're pretty good. I like both the maps. I think they're a lot of fun. So, I'm enjoying that. FOV slider on all Xbox One consoles. The FOV slider is no longer locked on the Series X, and any devices set to 120. Double key bindings. I love this, and I'm actually utilizing this. So a cool little thing happened. This is kind of a tangent, but I was doing the flight. I did double key bindings. I did some just obvious ones. I set my melee as 2 key bindings. I set my switch weapon as 2 key bindings. Things like that. And it turns out that what you do in the Insider, some of it does carry over to the base game. So I currently have double keybinds in regular MCC, the non-flight MCC, on Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And it's super useful, and I love it. So I think the double key bindings was I think it's one of the best things in this, is all I'm saying. And I think people did not notice it as much because they were talking about other customization and other stuff, which double key bindings is amazing. So I love it, and I'm so excited we're finally getting it. So mouse and keyboard support for consoles. This was something I actually thought was around for a while, but glad to see. Advanced audio options, just some new audio stuff that's kind of nice to have, you know. Weapon display offsets for view model position customization options, meaning you can pretty much move your gun. So if you have your FOV, because when you do your FOV a lot, all of a sudden your gun is the entire screen. So I'm guessing you just offset it a little bit, which is nice. These are the kind of options that I know messes with pros and stuff talk about this, because it all of a sudden, wait, I can just hide my gun away. That means I can see more of the screen. Part of the game is having certain parts of it hidden with your gun, but FOV all of a sudden changes how that works, and so it's an interesting conversation. So, but MCC's all new customization content, the exchange. This is something new. This wasn't in the flight prior, so this is in the new. Once again, this is in the flight. This is not in the game quite yet, but it should be sometime soon. Am I talking about 2 keys for 1 action or 1 key for 2 actions? 2 keys for 1 action. Basically, I'm able to set my melee. I like to use the click on my mouse wheel as my melee button. It gives me a little bit of a quicker reaction. Sometimes I just don't use Q often enough, which is, I think, what a lot of people have as their melee for Halo in general, Halo specifically. So now I'm able to set my melee as my middle mouse button and the Q. and then or I set my weapon wheel switch to the 1 key, the number key, as well as I scroll down on my mouse wheel. I always use the scrolling your mouse wheel to change weapons, but sometimes you over switch weapons, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you want to do that. Sometimes you want to double switch weapons so you can cancel a reload or something along those lines. But sometimes you need to like guarantee, for instance, in a speedrunning mindset, sword flying, I need to make sure that I'm switching to my sword at the right timing. And doing sword flying with the mouse wheel while also trying to click the fire button, it's a little funky when you're doing it because you have to like mistime your middle and your pointer finger to. It's tougher than if I just had it as the 1 key. So having it as the 1 key, the number key, as well as that, gives me the option that, like, for me, sword flying will now be easier because I can now use the number 1 key instead of using the mouse scroll wheel, because you can actually hold it down and the weapon won't switch until you release it, whereas the mouse wheel, you can't really do that. So it makes it a little easier for me. So there's some benefits to it. So, but no, it's not 2 actions for 1 key. Yeah. Anyways, so for players, we'll talk about this because I think this is one of the bigger things that I think will be one of the more controversial things, which I think is just ridiculous. Because, again, it's just, I think, I'll get to my opinion in a second about what I think people think about this. So, for players curious about what the exchange is, think of it as a place to redeem unused season points. The items on offer will change week to week, and while there may be some new content and bundles, there is also opportunity to enjoy familiar favorites. Specifically, we'll be offering some cosmetics that you may have missed out on from previous seasonal challenges. So on top, so stop in and see what's available to scoop up. You'll get to try it out for the first time in this flight. So, here you go. This is, by the way, this is pretty much the same. The one thing, custom browser is not on this list, but we'll get to that in a second. So, but we got, so this is the exchange. As I said, it's for unused season points. They don't have anything purchasing of season points or anything like that right now. I bet they will have something like this in Infinite, so I'm gonna just be 100 straight for you. Expect to see something like this in Infinite, and expect that you will probably, some of it will just be able to get whatever points you have in the game potentially, and some of it will be paid for. And I'm sorry, my opinion on this is like, Halo is free to play, and I guess some people don't like getting stuff for free, which is a mind-blowing concept to me, but I'm sorry that cosmetics, like, if you don't want to drop the money on cosmetics and people are willing, they should be allowed to spend money on a game that they want to spend money on, and get it. I know this, again, we're getting a conversation with microtransactions and not so much this, which I'll just simply say, like, Halo Infinite is, the multiplayer at least is going to be free to play. I think that's a win for everyone in my book, but I guess some people don't necessarily agree with that. That's fine. And the only reason I feel that a lot of people have trouble with microtransactions and these kind of things in Halo and a lot of other games is just they feel they're getting gypped out because they can't unlock everything. Everyone has a collector mindset. Everyone, and not everyone is into cosmetics, but like anyone who is into cosmetics, they want to have every cosmetic in the game possible. They don't want any exclusive things. They want to be able to get everything the way they want it. And the way I think is like, okay, so, but I mean, they're giving away a Halo for free, and yeah, the campaign and stuff is paid for, but they're giving you multiplayer for free. You also want just everything for free? Like, how does Halo make money at one point, you know? Like, the studio does have to make money at some point. As much as we would like them to, like everything to be given to us free, microtransactions allow it to be free, which allows players who maybe can't afford a new game for $60 all the time to get access to the game. And I think that's an amazing opportunity, and I think it brings more players. Overall, it grows the population of a game, and it's not just specifically Halo, but any game, and I think that's a good thing. And again, I know people have other varying opinions, but that's just my opinion. So suck it. But that's my super short. I have a very, very in-depth thing about microtransactions that if people want me to get into, I'm happy to talk in nauseum for like an hour about my real opinion about microtransactions and why I think people are dumb. But anyways, the exchange, nothing is paid for here. There's no real money exchange. This is just your season points. This is for anyone who has extra, which means if you finish the battle pass, you can still get season points throughout the challenges and stuff. This is what you spend it on, which is cool. So it looks like they have armor bundles, which means instead, this is like the featured item. It's 25. That's a lot of season points. But I'm guessing it's the entire outfit. You get the helmet, you get the chest, you get the legs, you get the shoulder blades, you get maybe, I don't know if they have backpacks in this like I was talking about, maybe that. I think that's awesome. And they have the same thing with these, like they have the gold Halo 3 tank and stuff, which I believe you could, can you still get those? I don't know if you can still get those. But I'm guessing some of these, these are upcoming items. Ooh, this is a really cool thing. This is something you don't see in a lot of games. And I honestly, it just processed in my head what that was. That's really cool. I thought this was I already own these. No, this is really cool. So if you see these and you're like, I don't know if I really want any, but I might as well unlock everything. But then you find out that there's some really cool stuff coming out the next day or whatever. Then you can be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to pass and go for one of these. That's actually really cool. I really like that. One of those things I didn't realize I think I needed, but this is cool. I like that. What I really like is I saw the missed out on previous seasons. This is awesome because I spent so long and I basically rage quit out of trying to get that Halo 4 DMR, I believe. Is it DMR or the battle rifle? Maybe it was the battle rifle for getting like rank 25 in competitive Halo 4. Forget that. Like I wasn't playing, I was solo queuing the whole time. And once I hit like rank 16 or 17, it just became a pure 50-50 chance whether I got into, if I was put on the winning team, awesome, I would maybe actually make some progress. But it literally started becoming a 50-50 thing where every other game I was winning and every other game I was losing. So I just was like, you know what? I don't have a full team of people to do this. I'm not that interested. Like, I can pass on this and I have better things to do. So this gives me access to be able to get it again. That's cool. That's fun. It's one of those that I understand. I'm definitely on the part of the fence of like, I think there are certain things that should never come into the play. Right? Like, let's say, for instance, let's take Halo Infinite if they had this system. If you get the 152 skin in Halo 5, I don't want it to appear in the store. And they've talked about how they really want to reward players for getting 152 in Halo 5, so it would feel wrong if they actually resold that skin at some point. So I don't think they will do that for that specifically, but you get my point. I think I've talked about this before as well. There are certain items that I think should be exclusive and should be rare for doing something in the game that no one else really did. Maybe don't make it a timed thing, right? Like, I feel timed ones okay. Maybe you just didn't have the time to play. Life got in the way. There's a million reasons why you might have missed out on a timed item. But something like 152, you'll be able to get that whenever. You have to play Halo 5 for a very long time, but you can technically get that whenever. So, it's not a timed reward, you know? You can go get it in like 10 years if you really wanted. But yeah, these ones are timed. You only had a few weeks more than a few weeks to get it. And if you didn't, you missed out, you were busy playing other things, whatever it is, you just weren't playing Halo at the time. And then you come back and you're like, man, I missed out on these cool items. Now you have access to it. And I think that's cool. So I do understand people are like, man, I grinded so long for this and now people can just get it. I get it, but this is that mentality of microtransactions in general, which is that exclusivity timer. I play a mobile game that's very much about that. I mean, my mobile game is all pay to win, so that's a different scenario. This is obviously not pay to win. It's pay to just use. It's a cosmetic. It doesn't affect the game. But I know I'm probably talking way too much about this, but you know, the reason why you do the time challenge and stuff like that is because you get access to the item earlier than everyone else. And that's where it comes. I know some people be like, man, I worked hard for this, and now they're just giving it away. How unfair. And I understand that mentality, but as I said, I think maybe it's just because I've played my mobile game, a pay-to-win game as much, that literally came down to, in order to get a new character, you have to spend money, and you can get them a week earlier than everyone else, and utilize them and destroy people with that new character before everyone else gets it. And then you kind of go from there, and then you also get extra progress towards that character that other people wouldn't have. So even if you grind it as hard as you could, I might have a higher level character than you do because I paid money for it. And that would last a long time because that's a different scenario about that game, but those characters wouldn't become farmable for months to even a year at a time. So you have that one chance to get them, and then you're done for like a year, which is exactly that. And this is what you do the challenges and stuff like that. Maybe there are people who aren't interested in doing the challenges. You know, you have to play certain ways. You have to play Halo 1 in order to get some cosmetic, right? Maybe you don't want to play. Maybe you really hate Halo 1, but now you feel you're forced to play it. This kind of thing gives you, be like, you know what? I'm going to pass on this. I'm going to have to wait for it, but then I can get it when it comes out into the store. I think that's a good thing. I think it's good for players' overall mental health more than anything. And it doesn't require you to feel like you're grinding a game nonstop always. Like, there's a point where you're like, you know what, this just isn't worth my time. You can pass up and get it later. And I think that's a good thing, for timed rewards and stuff like that. Again, other rewards that are like challenges or achievements or like doing lasso and stuff shouldn't appear in this kind of store, right? So that's, once again, my personal opinion. This is just what I think. So, but, all right. Anyways, so for those keen eyes, you will notice literally what I said. Custom games browser is not on the list. During development feedback sessions amongst our Ring 1 players, as well as our own internal playtest, we determined this feature was not quite ready to be flighted. The team is going to make more time to develop this feature and let players know when it will be available for a future flight. Cool. Shame. I know a lot of people are really waiting for this. I think MCC can benefit greatly from it. So but I'm happy. It's like, look, we're not going to put out a half-baked idea. Let's get it right and the first time. Good. I'm happy they're doing that. Sucks, but I'm willing to wait. Not everyone is. If you are interested in jumping in and are already a registered Halo Insider, make sure you head over to your Halo Insider profile and check my flight section. Yes, go on to Halo Waypoint, check it. And if you're not, sign up for Halo Insider. If you want to play Halo Infinite earlier than everyone else, potentially, there's no guarantee, potentially, you need to be a Halo Insider. And then because they've talked about planning on doing public flights for Halo Infinite, and that will be through Insider. So it's not going to be one of those, oh, I pre-ordered the game, now I get the beta. I don't think it's going to be like that. So they might still have something like that, but that'll just be more Halo. So since the flight closes on March 15th, be sure to jump in and let us know. It's March 11th right now. If you do encounter a bug that is not on the known issue list, please submit a ticket. That's what I love about the Insider. The Halo Insider stuff and flighting is just the actual new form of betas. Betas disappeared for a while because betas were now just pre-release version of our game. Was get our game early and play it up till launch. That was what it was. And then get our game a few days early. Like, there was no more betas, really. And so flighting is the new beta, where it's actually there for you to go in, test the game out, and help them fix issues before it goes completely public. I love it. Opt in. Just head over to Halo Insider. Enter your info. During the registration progress, make sure you opt in for communications and complete your email verification. If you want to participate via PC, make sure you include your DX diag, which yeah, that's I don't need to show how to do that. If you just go look up how to do that. I was like, I could go show. I'm not gonna do that. This isn't the video for that. So Campfire, in case you missed it, season 6 is named Raven and has some trappings from our favorite Halo theme arcade game. For an early look at some of the great content early, content currently in the flight, along with some accompanying lore. Go check our latest cannon fodder. So this is for Fireteam Raven. If you've gone to a Dave & Buster's or the 343 studio itself, they have one of these. They're fun. I've played through the entirety of it. They have some really cool thing where you can attach it to your Halo waypoint, where it'll actually give you like stats on your accuracy and how many times you've done it and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. So Women's History Month. So Women's History Month, we're celebrating contributions of women everywhere, including in the Halo universe. To help that, if you log into MCC anytime during the month of March, you unlock the nameplate for Noble Team Spartan Cat. So this is the tweet for it. Ah, nice. Just a nice little trinket. Why not? Go log in. It's not that hard. So Halo esports. I feel this is something that I know I've been waiting for, and I know a lot of people are waiting for. Honestly, I didn't think they'd have another Halo 5 tournament. So I thought they were just going to hold off to Infinite, but hey, there's money to be made, right? Whether you're looking to get sweaty and competitive or just want to dive in for some fun throwdowns, the HCS team has been hard at work making sure you've got plenty to sink your proverbial teeth into. Across the Pro Series, Halo Infinite Esports, Playdates Esports Arena tournaments, Cliptrosity, and even a 25,000 tournament sponsored by Kellogg's. Hey, I know them. They are that cereal company. There's a lot to make sure you're caught up with. Lucky for you, we've got you covered. So Halo Infinite Esports, another esports ecosystem, which expands on the previous post from January. This time around, they give a rundown of what tournament operators will be up to and the role they'll play in the grand scheme of things. You can read the full blog here. Go read it if you're into Halo Esports. Yeah. So, and then this is the Halo 5 Pro Series. So this is for congratulations to Season 3 Halo 5 Pro Series. Inconceivable. They locked in a $10,000 grand prize. I know it doesn't sound massive compared to the other. I know people complain. Man, get the hell out of there. $10,000 is $10,000, okay? Let's chill out. We'll see. I guarantee we'll see much bigger prize pools when Infinite happens. So these are really just hold-off tournaments to keep people a little entertained. Let's be real. So final match with Cloud9. If you missed the event, be sure to check out the full rebroadcast in the day's action. Whether you're aspiring pro or a seasoned vet, the Halo 5 Pro Series has a whole new gamut, I don't even know what that word means, of events for you to dive into. So here's it. March 13th, March 20th, 27th, and April 3rd is pro. So there's Open Pro. And then 10th is the championship, which is broadcasted. So, and dude, you can watch pretty much any streamer, Halo streamer during this time. There's a large chance they're going to be participating in this tournament. So there'll be plenty of channels to watch during all those. These ones will just probably be broadcasted live on Twitch and stuff on the Halo channel. So North American tournaments, following prizes are up for grabs. So the Open is $1,000, the Pro is $5,000. That's how all tournaments work. This is not this is a normal thing. This is amateurs and this is pros. There is a difference there. It's like it's the same thing with amateur leagues and stuff like that, and hidden college balls and stuff like that, versus professional football or whatever. Championship, another $10,000. So Halo Pro Series Invitational. Oh, international. My bad. I was like, wait, Open Invitate. That's okay. But March 13th, that's so this is all including all this, Arizona, Australia, stuff like that. So that is Australia, right? Is that Australia? I should know that. I should know that. But March 20th, Open, and then Championship. So that's a international series, which is running at the same time as the North American. So there are two different. So basically they get their own, which is nice because then people don't have as bad latency. Although it's still the rest of the world, just not North America. So it's not, it's fine. So, but once again, 1,000, and then the international is only $5,000. That's too bad. I wish it was a 10 grand, but maybe there's just less teams competing or something. So I don't know. Pro Series 4v4 tournaments playable on Xbox or PC. Sundays on March 14th, 21st, 28th, 11th, and 2 p.m. To learn more, MCC Pro Series. So full details there. Clip Showdown will be returning. Now's your chance to join some of our favorite pros on the big stage during HCS. So get those clips right. The Clip Showdown is back on the books for April 10th. Team is on the lookout for some great clips to put on display during the Halo 5 Pro Series 10,000. So Go submit clips if you do good things. I don't do good things, so here we go. Want a chance to play with your Halo creators? Are they opening? Are they? Oh, they don't have anything about that. While staying side by side with members of the Halo community, we've got the grassroots play dates. So we got GT Halo playdate, which is social Thursday. You get a bunch of stuff. And here's the creators who are part of it. You got Bittersweet, Echidna, Coven. Oh, nice, Coven. Aperture, Oath, Real Life Spartan, Active. Cool. And Voodoo Man. Halo Australia playdate. You got Lunchy, Monza, Jason S. Monza. I love Monza. She, by the way, Monza, if anyone knows her old gamer tag, I won't say it here, but her old Twitch username, me and her go way back at this point. She was probably one of my first, like, 100 followers on Twitch. So, maybe 200. She started watching me very early on into my Twitch career and stuff like that. So we have that OG bond going on. So I love her. Definitely go watch her. So Swap 4v4 Saturday. You get True Star. This says Nap Times, Veronica, Why Not, and Naf. There's a lot more people in HTS Grassroots than I realized. I actually did not know that there was this many people. I should maybe try and sign up for it at some point. So, 5 weeks of FFA tournaments on Halo 5. Sundays from April 18th and May 16th. This is the Kellogg's. This is a $25,000 prize pool. Hey, there's something. A little more money. So, and then to register, purchase qualifying Kellogg's products to gather an entry code. Full list. I wonder how people are going to feel about that. But, that's fun, I guess. I don't know. I have to me, on an outsider who's not going to sign up, that sounds fun. I feel people are not happy about that. Unless they eat cereal and they eat Kellogg's anyways, then okay. But, I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. So, Microsoft Sundays with Esports Arena. So, they've shut down all the Microsoft stores, by the way. So, these no longer take place there. But here we go. Here's another one. Esports Arena. Cliptrosity. Monthly updates to make clips to submit best play. Just follow instructions before the April 5th. Go live on Twitch. Clip your best moments. Add Halo Cliptrosity to the title. Share it with Twitter by tagging HDS and Cliptrosity. Sure to include a link to your Twitch clip. And that's it. Nice. So no submissions, nothing like that. Just post on social media. So it sounds like do it on Twitter. So I don't do it on Facebook. You can do it on Facebook if you want, but make sure you do it on Twitter. So. Oh, they have those who land in the top 10 plays. Oh, cool. So they actually have rewards, and they get Astros, A10s, Mix Amp, and they clip that in Cliptrosity. Oh, they have special nameplates. That's going to get people playing. 2 MCC Steam bundle codes. Dude, who doesn't have Halo at this point, though? Let's be real. 1 month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate codes. Bro, can I change the MCC Steam bundles for 1 month Xbox Game Pass? And then a Cliptrosity nameplate. That's kind of fun. Cool. So they have a few things going on, and they have, surprises. Just little things for just playing Halo. I don't know. Submit a clip. See if you win. It's not quite as catchy as April showers bring May flowers, but March brought with it the new spring 2021 arena season. As a bonus, Team Snipers is also ranked this season. You've been itching. Hey, Team Snipers ranked. Okay, so, and here's upcoming calendar, a bunch of stuff there. I'm not going to walk through it. So, Halo gear. There's been a bunch of stuff. Halo Point of Light. I've heard this is incredible. This is an incredible book. I'm not very into the Halo novels, but I heard it's fantastic. That's 343 Guilty Spark. Yes, that 343 Guilty Spark from, Halo. I guess he was just kind of floating around, and they plugged him into a Promethean body. So a soldier body a dead one or something, or he plugged himself in. I don't know. And I guess he's helping the humans now. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go great. He only betrayed Chief, twice or something like that, or 3 times. I don't remember at this point. So I don't know. I guess, yeah. But now that his initial rings are destroyed, he's kind of floating aimlessly. So he's like, dude, I was kind of a jerk to humans. I guess I'll help him out. So, I don't know. I don't know anything past that. Go read it. I heard it's fantastic. Divine Win, I think, is pretty cool. I think they have some stuff, potentially. I don't know when this takes place. So, but it looks cool. It's got an interesting set of characters going on here. So, Don't know much about that. So Master Chief pin, there's a good chance that I will probably buy that. So, you know, I'm a pin guy. I like those kind of things, little things. So Jazzware Toys, they have some cool little things. They don't really have any photos, so I'll just show you something if they have a. There you go. I mean, it's literally the picture, but those, it's not. They did a little like stop motion things for it, but they just have a bunch of these toys that are going on here. So, in stores now. So World Halo. So you can go to Halo Gear to stay updated on the latest. So, and I don't actually know where you can get these. I don't know if you could just buy them online or if they're like Walmart or something. I don't know where you can buy those. So, but if you're interested in little Halo statues and stuff, right there. So Radar Blitz, we got Committee Spotlight, as Snickerdoodle always talks about this, as he's got some, they've each got some stuff going on here. The Moa Burger Pringles, dude, I need to get my hands on some of those. I really do. Halo Xbox 360 sunsetting, and then International Women's Day, which, yeah, nice little stuff going on there. So Halo Infinite, to date, we've got 3 editions of Inside Infinite out the door and in your hands. The team and Sega Sandbox, 3 editions. That's only 2. First feature and the second focus. Last month. Oh, okay. Yeah. Zeta Halo. So I guess this is the 3. Had a chance to sit. Oh, yeah. It was okay. Sandbox team. We had the art, the Sandbox, and then the kind of the campaign team. So, and that was more just a graphical update more than anything for it. So you can read it right here. There you go. Go read that if you haven't. God, this stuff is so gorgeous, man. It's so beautiful. Like, again, you zoom in on just the grass and stuff. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You can see little creatures and stuff going on here. You can see jackals or brutes and some. Oh, dude, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, but I have a whole video on that. You can go check that out if you like long videos talking about Halo. So, any questions for the team? This is something that I think everyone should definitely... This is my one thing in this. Go watch this. Seriously, watch this. Dude, go watch this. So this is Ask343. They put on Twitter, they're like, hey, send us some questions and just tag Ask343. And they featured a multiple QA session this month containing about Zeta Halo and stuff like that. So... and there's a lot of stuff. They talk about campaign. They talk about multiplayer. I only watched the first, 10 minutes just so I could get a gist. They do, they talk about wildlife in Halo. They talk about equipment in multiplayer and how that will be used and how it's different from campaign. They talk about the day-night cycle. They talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm only 10 minutes in, and that's already some of the things they've covered. Go watch this. It's really good. I think it's really important for Ask343. I could do a breakdown of just this alone because I think there's a lot of information in this. If people are interested, I can do that too. But, yeah, definitely go watch this. It has some awesome stuff. It's 40 minutes long. Yeah, it's 44 minutes long. So go watch this. This is a very, I think you will get a lot of Halo Infinite stuff. That is the stuff that people want to know, right? We've gotten the stuff oh, hey, here's all these enemies, and here's these weapons, and here's these cool, and here's where the teams are. But this is the stuff that people and the community want to know about that you've probably been asking your questions yourself. Equipment and multiplayer is a great example. So they clarify some of that, and they give just kind of tiny notes that they maybe wasn't important enough to talk about in a blog post, but just enough to kind of just say, hey, this is how it's going to work. You don't have to worry necessarily, or maybe you do have to worry, and you can make your judgment from that. So, but then art, if you've ever been able to visit our studio, you may have seen this featured piece of art on the first floor. Fun fact about the studio, we only placed approved art on the first floor, which gets the occasional visitor. We only place approved art, lol. This allowed our guests to be treated for some great visuals, but would never reveal too much about the game. Nowadays, Halo 5 concept art is pretty safe. Yeah. So, they place this on the ground floor. So, walk past, I'd pay extra attention because Chief and Locke are both presented in such clean, smooth, and yet heavy manner. It's a very memorable one for me. So, concept art. Pretty. Or just a thing. So, but that's it. I mean, that's the blog post. Thanks for joining us for the March edition of the community update. As a reminder, we'll be keeping these blogs once a month on top of Halo Infinite. So they have 2 blog posts, major blog posts every month. They have the community update for MCC typically, and then the Halo Infinite update, which is 2 different things. So we should be getting one at the end of this month, I assume. Dude, they're doing a lot. I'll be honest. It feels, I guess maybe it's just because February's shorter, but it really feels like just last week they posted the Halo Infinite one, and I'm excited for the next one. So, but that's about it. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I'd love to tell you that I'm an idiot for supporting the exchange because it's going to destroy Halo, because now it's just going to turn everything into a microtransaction money grabbing frenzy. So be feel free to insult me as you please about how I'm the reason that Halo is being destroyed. So, but anyways though, you guys are beautiful. You guys are sexy. Thank you guys all for watching this just nice little community update of a guy talking about Halo way too much and over explaining everything. It's pretty normal for me. So hope you guys enjoyed. I don't care. Like, subscribe, do all that random jazz. It does help, but who cares? Go watch the other stuff. Go watch the stupid ass cringy other videos I'm making on like TikTok and stuff like that. Do those. Those ones I honestly am having stupid fun because I hate them. I hate them, and you should watch them. That's why. So, anyways, though, you guys are beautiful. You guys are sexy. I love you all. Have a good rest of your day.